He has been able to maintain roughly a third of the country, and that's, very similar to Donald Trump, what we saw with him. His people are completely on board with him and what he's been saying from the very beginning. This is why we've seen kind of Bolsonaro protests every couple of weeks. They come out, they do caravans, so it's roughly a third. However, look, what's important is looking to next year's 2022 presidential elections. Bolsonaro is behind in the polls against former President Lula, and at this point, he's been getting beaten also by this Senate inquiry commission into COVID-19, which basically showed that his government's failure to purchase vaccines early meant much more deaths than could have happened. In fact, one health minister said just a couple days ago that roughly 250,000 people's lives could have been saved if they had gone ahead with CoronaVac early on and pushed that this new wave of coronavirus cases. We've seen that in Brazil. We've seen that elsewhere in many of Brazil's neighbors. I mean, definitely in Brazil, we've had 8 days in a row with the death rate, daily death rate, over 1,000 people a day. And of course, the major concern in Brazil at this point is this new variant that comes from kind of the Amazon region. Manaus, of course, Manaus has been ground zero for things in the last couple of weeks with oxygen running out and whatnot. Many of those people in some of those hospitals were actually transferred to different states, and that was a concern that they might actually be helping to spread this new variant. And according to some analysts and researchers, they're saying that this new variant, you might be able to get reinfected by this new variant. There's a high potential that might be a reality. So that's a major concern because that new variant is now in 8 different countries. Now, Brazil's neighbors that are also seeing this kind of second wave, we've seen that in Argentina. Obviously, Argentina is an interesting case because that was very early on, very strict lockdown measures, and then the cases started to really spread, and now it's the 12th most hardest hit country in the world with 1.6 million cases and roughly 50,000 dead in Argentina. And they're now seeing their second wave, kind of a similar situation in Chile. Now, those countries, many of them, Argentina has shut down the cross-border transportation to Brazil because of this new variant. We've seen the exact same situation with Germany, France, and Portugal, which are also stopping Brazilian people who have been in Brazil from being able to travel to those places in order to try and stop the spread of this new variant. So that is kind of a major concern at this point. This is what people